How's it going, guys? I am Connor from Running Warehouse. Today I'm here with Alex Lind. He is the product line manager here at Altra, and today we are going to be talking about a very special shoe. We've been seeing carbon fiber plates on the market for a while now, but now Altra has its own unique design that I think is really going to shake things up in the industry. Alex, can you tell us about the newest shoe, the Vanish Carbon?
Absolutely, yeah. Vanish Carbon for us, it's a big shoe. Our first kind of foray into this super shoe, having a carbon plated product. We wanted to take things a little differently, really wanted to make sure that we approach this from an Altra perspective. Very clear point of view, didn't want to just throw in a carbon plate and call it a day, but really make sure that it stays true to our roots, but still bringing the most performance that we can possibly bring with Altra.
Now, I know that this shoe has been in development for a while. When did you guys start actually trying to build this shoe, and how long did it take to get to where we are today?
Yeah, great question. So we actually started this shoe September of 2019, really just throwing out ideas, whiteboard, kind of blue sky ideas. And then first samples started rolling through December 2019. So first prototypes came in then, did about 3 months of testing. We were actually able to utilize some of our professional athletes as well, and really just making sure that we had the best possible kind of setup with this product.
And I've been hearing a lot of good things from the athletes, from our internal testers, and it seems like this shoe has really come together, and there's a lot of pieces and a lot of development that went into this shoe. I kind of want to dive into it from piece by piece. First on up, I want to talk about the midsole. I know we've got a brand new midsole here that is new to Altra, going to be very responsive, very top of the line. Can you tell us what we have in this shoe?
Yeah, absolutely. So Vanish C will actually be the first shoe that we're utilizing Ego Pro. It's a supercritical TPE-based foam for the brand. It's our lightest weight yet. It's our most cushioned, but it's also our most responsive. So it's by far our highest performing foam within the line. Really just building upon that Ego name that the consumers come to know and love with Altra.
Yeah, and I feel like with carbon-plated shoes, with super shoes, the foam is really the key factor of the shoe. It's where the performance comes. How is this foam going to feel underfoot, and maybe similar to some of the other competitors on the market?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've seen just the marketplace blow up with these sorts of foams. So we knew that we needed to come with something that was far and away our best performing foam. Exceptionally lightweight, so I think that's what a lot of people are going to notice with this foam just right off the bat, is how much lighter weight it is than anything else within our line, and quite frankly, very competitive within the current marketplace. Unbelievably soft. So I think that's the one thing that we've really noticed, but with that softness, you really do get a nice response. So traditionally the old kind of balancing act was you either get something that's very responsive, not that cushioned, or vice versa. And what we've found with this foam, with Ego Pro, is you do get unbelievable cushioning with that responsiveness as well. So it feels like a lot of the other kind of top of the line plated products out there currently.
And whether you're an elite racer just trying to get that marathon PR down, weight is always a factor. And you talked about this shoe being very lightweight. What did the end specs come out to?
Yeah, so we sample all of our product in men's size 10.5. This one actually came out at 7.3 ounces for a final weight in that 10.5. Very competitive. I'd say we're kind of leading a little bit there, or kind of top of the line in terms of weight and how low it is. So we're really happy because it is exceptionally lightweight. It feels very performance oriented on foot, but it still feels like an Altra. It still performs just like any other kind of top of the line shoe. Really provides that cushioning, but also responsiveness and consistency throughout.
And from a cushioning perspective, obviously stack height. It's all about the stack height, how much cushion you're going to get you through that marathon, get you through some of those longer races. What are we looking at from a stack height perspective, and are we still utilizing that zero drop design that Altra is known for?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're looking at 33 millimeters of stack height, and that's everything underfoot. So outsole, midsole, insole, and footbed. So 33 all the way through. We are still a zero drop, or as we call it, balanced cushioning platform. So same height in the forefoot and in the heel, so no offset there. So yeah, we're right up there with those thicker shoes. We know we're not overly built, we're not pushing the limit there. But we feel like this was just a happy balance in order to get the best possible weight, maintain cushioning, but also maintain a really lightweight shoe as well.
Yeah, and when we look at some of the other shoes on the market, you're seeing a lot of shoes, 4 millimeter, 6, 8 millimeter drop. This is going to be the only shoe currently on the market that features that zero drop design. Did you notice any benefits kind of utilizing that design and how that might feel different on foot?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that we noticed right off the bat, and it's just part of being on a balanced cushioning platform with zero drop, is we've really been able to take the heel and kind of tuck in a little bit more. By tucking in this heel, it creates a little less of that lever effect that you have when, especially higher stack with offset and then a full length carbon fiber plate. With this, just being able to tuck that in, have it balanced, really smooth all the way through. It isn't as unstable as some of the other product that's out there just by that platform, and also just what we've done with the carbon fiber plate to ensure that the foot can still kind of move and act like it's supposed to, really have the shoe and the foot work one with one another.
Well, you talk about the carbon fiber plate, and I feel like that was a key feature that we haven't even talked about, because the foam is such an exciting part of this shoe, and it's exciting to see Altra kind of making that step into that super foam world. But the foam needs that carbon fiber plate to get that kind of action reaction design, get that pop. Can you tell us about the carbon plate in this shoe and how it might be different than some of the other shoes on the market?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our big things is we didn't really want to create kind of this cast effect on the foot, or where we're locking up the ankle. We still wanted the foot to really work and feel natural while still wearing a carbon fiber plated shoe. So it's kind of, how do you take the control and the fastness of carbon fiber while still allowing the foot to do what it wants, which was really no easy task, but we were able to use an asymmetrically flexible carbon fiber plate. So this still allows for full dorsiflexion of the foot. It's not going to lock the foot up, but as you go to toe off, it's going to be quite a bit stiffer. This is a really good example. So as you flex, it's going to allow the foot to flex just normally with dorsiflexion, but as you go to toe off, it's actually going to be a little bit more rigid and really create a really nice, fast, efficient toe off there. Also allows you to charge that foam a little bit with that plate as well.
Yeah, and you talk about kind of that unique fork design that has those kind of internal cutouts. How stiff is this going to feel on foot? Are we still going to get that kind of rigidity that you would feel in a carbon plated shoe?
Yeah, so you'll still get some of that, especially as you're going into propulsion phase. That's when you're really going to notice that stiffness. It feels really good on foot though, especially landing as you're transitioning forward. It still feels very natural. So that's one thing we're really proud of with this product, is it allows your foot and your gait to just work naturally. It doesn't feel like you have to kind of catch up or fall into one cadence, but it's very adaptable. I've been fortunate enough to wear sample size and test this, and been really impressed by just some of the variability with pace. Doesn't feel too fast in certain situations, doesn't feel like it holds you back in others, but still has a really nice, fast, snappy response to it all the way through.
Well, I'm excited. I feel like the midsole is really what makes this shoe, but we'll move on down to the outsole. There's not a whole lot to talk about here, because with a lot of these super shoes, it's all about keeping weight down, but still having that traction, a little bit of durability to get you through the race. Can you tell us about the outsole design?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it right there. We tried to eliminate as much as we possibly could. You can see what we've got here. We've really kind of chopped away at it as much as we can. We are just utilizing, it's a ground contact EVA here, so we've reduced really the rubber in this shoe to nothing, and that's really just to make sure our weight savings was as great as it could be. You do sacrifice some of the durability there, but we feel race day, from a performance standpoint, this is unbelievable and you can't beat it. And we've also been able to kind of cut away and core away at some of that outsole design. Really allows the shoe to still kind of have some flexibility, especially when you're looking kind of lateral to medial. Still want to allow that kind of natural motion. Works really well with the carbon fiber plate, because you're still able to get some of that flex that you really want. We don't want to create that cast on foot, and this just helps to accentuate that sensation underfoot.
Well, finishing this shoe off, kind of rounding it all out, you've got the race upper, and with these uppers, it's always balancing lightweight with that support to get you through the race. Can you tell us a little bit about the upper and potentially the fit you're going to get in the shoe compared to some of the other shoes on the market?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're utilizing just an engineered, just single layer mesh all the way through. This is kind of a neat look. Internally, you actually will have a midfoot kind of cage just to help keep the foot on the platform. Higher stack shoe. Obviously, this is a very deconstructed upper, so we want to make sure we lock down the foot. You do have a little heel pillow. You do have a little heel pillow in the back, really just to make sure we're holding you on the foot there, or on the platform. But really, we just wanted to make sure that we're not overbuilding it. One of our core kind of beliefs at Altra is to not have this really big, thick heel counter. So we don't have that, but we still have security that's all the way through, which is really exciting. The Vanish C is going to utilize our slim fit. So this is kind of our thinnest and sleekest fit that we have currently within our line. It's still a traditional Ultra foot shape fit, so it's actually based on a previous last that we used with Vanish XC, Golden Spike, some of the other Vanish product previously. So it is thin, but it still kind of checks those boxes of still being foot shaped, still allows your toes to splay out naturally, doesn't really confine them. We never want to do that, and it really, because of that, it has a really nice sleek feel. It allows the upper to be even more deconstructed just because there's not a ton of volume in there. Still allows for those toes to move around though freely, just like we want them to.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of the main things I hear with some of the other racing product is people just can't seem to get the right fit if they just want a little bit more space in that toe box, and you're kind of pigeonholed with a lot of the shoes on the market. So this is going to give that unique fit that really is a lot different.
Yeah, we know that our fit is something, we really embrace it. We always say embrace the space, but especially here, we think it's really nice because it's a little bit sleeker. If you haven't worn the brand previously, it's going to feel maybe a touch more similar to what you have worn as opposed to say a Torrent or Lone Peak, but it's still unapologetically foot shape. And when you put it next to some of the competition out there, you're going to really notice that additional room throughout.
Well, Alex, I'm extremely excited to kind of get the miles in the shoe, test it out. There are so much carbon plated shoes on the market, but Ultra didn't kind of rush into it. It seems like you really put a lot of effort, a lot of diligence into creating a shoe that is unique and is going to provide performance benefits for kind of that Ultra customer and really a wide variety of competitive runners just looking for a highly cushioned, zero drop shoe with an ultra responsive ride.
Absolutely.
Well, if you're looking to get the Altra Vanish Carbon on your feet, you can find them at runningwarehouse.com.